Good morning everyone, I am Marley Aban and I'm going to discuss to you the history and context of El Filibusterismo. Before the discussion, we will going to identify three words related to the lesson. Let's start. In this picture, as you can see an image of revolution. If your answer is filibustero, then you are correct. These filibustero are the person who are involved in revolutionary activities. If you are watching One Piece, this character is Monkey the Dragon, who is the leader of revolution in the anime. Next is this two picture. If your answer is Guardia Civil, then you are correct. These individuals are being deployed during colonial in street to maintain peace and order. The last word to guess are within these two pictures. If your answer is Cabeza de Barangay or head of the barangay, it is correct. So for our objectives, we are going to trace the meaning of the term filibusteros across timer, explain the historical context in which El Filibusterismo was written, examine current events through the eyes of the character, and evaluate Rizal novelist. Let's start. History and context. El Filibusterismo, it is Rizal's second novel sequel to Nola Me Tangere. The Reign of Greed, translated into English by Charles Derbyshire in 1912. El Feli, dedicated to Gomborza, the three priests accused by being filibusters in 1872. Don Mariano Gomez died 73 years old. Don Jose Borgus died 35 years old. Don Jacinto Zamora died 37 years old. On February 17, 1872, Gomborza publicly executed by garrote in Bagumbayan. The reason why they are killed because they are charged of leading a mutiny of artisanal workers in Cavite, with the aim to overthrow the colonial government. Mutiny means forced resistance. They resisted the colonial people that time. February 1888, Rizal continued working on his novel and made some revision while he was in London. On March 29, 1891, he was able to complete the novel after 3 years in Biarritz, France. On September 18, 1891, book published in Ghent with the help of his friend Valentin Ventura. Rizal sent 2 copies to Hong Kong, one for Baza and the other for Sixto Lopez. The original and printed copy was given to Valentin Ventura with his autograph. On March 1887, after reading the Nola Me Tangere, Blumentritt asked Rizal the meaning of work filibustero. Rizal replied. Remember the discussion on midterm about the second trip abroad of Rizal? If you read it all, you have observed the progress of his second novel, El Filibusterismo. It was detailed explained in the second trip that the reason of his abroad is to have time in creating his second novel.
So, good morning. I am Meryl P. Toloy, who will discuss about the synopsis of the novel El Filibusterismo. In the synopsis, I will not read in detail of what have been written in the PowerPoint. So, I am hoping you to have a listening comprehension on what I am going to tell. The story in El Filibusterismo revolves around its main character, Simon, who is an affluent jeweler. Simon is actually Crisostomo Ibarra of the Noli, whom everyone thought had been killed by the Guardia Civil at Laguna de Bay. He had, in fact, escaped, fled to Cuba, became wealthy, and made connection with influential Spanish officials. Upon his return to the Philippines after many years, he becomes very influential as the governor general, who owes so much to him, consults him in making decisions. Using his influence, Simon encourages corruption, decadence, and more oppressive government policies so that the citizen may become more infuriated. However, the planned revolt one night was not carried out because Simon, upon hearing that Maria Clara died in the nunnery, decided not to give the signal for the outbreak of the uprising. Another plan was made some months later at the venue of the wedding reception of Juanito Pelaez and Paulita Gomez. Simon played many explosives, enough to kill the invited guests, primarily the friars and government officials. According to the plot, the big explosion shall be started by the gift he would give to the newlyweds at the reception. A kerosene lamp with an explosive. When the lamp flickers and someone turns the wick, it will result in the big explosion that will become a signal to the revolutionary troops to simultaneously attack all the government buildings in Manila. During the reception, Simon gave his gift to the newlyweds. Before hurriedly leaving the venue, he leaves a piece of mysterious paper bearing the message, "You will die tonight," signed by Juan Crisostomo Ibarra. Meanwhile, Isagani, the rejected lover of Paulita, is standing outside the reception. His friend Basilio tells him to leave the place because the lamp will soon blow up. When Father Salvi identifies the handwriting in the note and confirms that was indeed Ibarra, the guests begin to panic. When the lamp flickers, Father Irene tries to turn the wick up, but Isagani, wanting to save the Paulita's life, rushes into the house, grabs the lamp, and throws into the river where it explodes. Simon's revolutionary plot was thus known and he is thus hunted by the law enforcers. He managed to escape but was seriously wounded. Carrying his jewelry chest, he finds shelter in the home of Padre Florentino by the sea. Learning of his presence in the house of the priest, the lieutenant of the Guardia Civil informs Padre Florentino that he will come in the evening to arrest Simon. I hope you understand something and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.